You're welcome to this Thursday's edition of Voters Connect. We are coming to you live from the Bantama constituency. And with just less than 30 days to the elections, we are touching base on the key constituencies. We've been in the Ashanti region for the past couple of days, and so we are trying to touch as many constituencies as we can in this region. And one of them definitely is the Bantama constituency. Mainly because, I mean, we all know that there's a stronghold of the NPP. Since 1996, the NPP has won this seat. 1992, the NPP didn't win because they boycotted the elections. But from 1996, the NPP has won the seat here, especially, in fact, both parliamentary and presidential level. Now, we have a certain member of parliament who is seeking a re-election, who is also the Minister for Works, for Roads and Highways. And the people in the constituency talk about how much improvement they've seen in their roads since he became member of parliament. Now, this is somebody that many believe has risen through the ranks because he started off at the constituency level.
Yes, even as a student leader.
As a student leader. When President Akufo-Addo became president, he became a chief of staff. Yes. He was later a deputy chief of staff. He was later given a ministerial appointment when he became MP, yes, as a Minister for Works and Housing, and now he's Minister for Roads and Highways. And also, it's important to note and let our viewers know that in the history at the parliamentary level of this constituency, the sitting member of parliament has won the highest votes in the history of this constituency, with over 88% percentage points, polling over 80,000 votes for the NPP. Yes. And many say that in the coming elections, Alhassan is likely to give the NPP its highest votes when it comes to the Ashanti region. Yes. As to whether that's going to happen, well, we'll leave the constituents to tell us. Yeah. We are live from the Bantama market, but just as all the constituencies that we've been touring, we talk about the challenges in the constituency. And particularly because I want to know if the people have any tangible thing to show for NPP being in power and in this constituency for that long. Yes. But in our research and talking to the people, what were some of the things that they complained about in terms of the challenges?
Well, of course, suffice to say that Bantama has been christened as the Florida of the Ghanaian elections when you relate it to the U.S. elections. And so, yes, indeed, in the gone by elections, 2020, this constituency gave NPP its highest vote. That is a fact. Usually, when election results are being announced or collated, every NPP supporter will look forward to the numbers from Bantama.
Right.
Yes. It used to be a huge constituency, yes. Some portions have been carved out. And nonetheless, the numbers are quite huge here. And so what happens relative to changes is internal changes. Since 1996, as you mentioned, we've never had external changes by way of another party representing this particular constituency. But of course, we've had a number of MPs come through the ranks of the NPP. The immediate past one is the late Ochema Boaje, the much affable Ochema Boaje, who was then dislodged by Francis Asenso Boache, who has held the fort since. You talk about the challenges. The challenges here are no different from challenges bedeviling the Kumasi metropolis or any metropolitan or cosmopolitan enclave. Security. We're told that as you talk about the entertainment hub of this particular city, this used to be the go-to place for entertainment. Of course, the art center is located within this constituency, as far and as well as many other entertainment.
In fact, I recall that because I went to Yasantua Girls, and so I used to hear a lot about Bantama, and they had a high street, you know, like the Oxford Street, which was very vibrant and very busy. I don't know if it's still existent, but I speak to people and they say you don't really see that vibrant high streets of Bantama like we used to know of it in the past. Could it be the security reasons that you talk about?
Exactly. So many people talk about nightlife and the fact that if they feel secured, then obviously they can explore the nightlife. So it's one of the issues that come up whenever you're talking about the death or the near death of nightlife in the constituency. They point to security matters, as well as the fact that you see there is always an economic impact on nightlife. If you have enough to spend, then obviously you have enough to help you enjoy yourself. And so the economic activities in the constituency as well comes up for a mention when you talk about the near death of the nightlife. But of course, the constituents who live here and the MP who has been living them will be in the best position to tell us as to why there's a dwindling nightlife, as to why there's a need for security, or they think that at least as we speak now, those issues have been resolved by and large. But of course, he's a roads minister as well, as you mentioned. And so issues of road have come up. And you are right that there is some semblance of improvement. Once again, the constituents will be in the best place, in the best position to tell us as whether there's a marked improvement relative to their roads. When you talk about road issues and challenges, it's not limited to Bantama. It's a general Ashanti region conversation. But of course, works are ongoing. You have engaged many players as far as the NPP is concerned in this particular region. And they've told you the number of projects that are underway. Some have been described as belated, but nonetheless, they are ongoing. And as to whether the constituents are satisfied, as whether the residents in the region are satisfied or not, the verdict will be out there, right? So roads, talk about the almighty unemployment. That's not equally limited to Bantama. It's a national problem. It's a regional problem. And obviously, it will be a constituency problem, especially youth unemployment. I'm sure when the Honorable Minister and MP for the area takes his seat, he will speak to those tailor-made initiatives to ensure that the youth here in Bantama have secured employment as well. Of course, aside this, you talk about what we've all observed, and that is the erratic power supply. It's not limited to the Ashanti region, to be honest with you. We came from Accra. Recently, we've been experiencing unstable power supply. We've been given reasons. We are told that it's got to do with fuel supply. As of the last time I engaged the Deputy Minister of Energy, the information we got was that fuel has been procured and it's on the high seas coming. Again, we have limited gas supply. And so whenever we have limited gas supply, government will have to procure crude oil. When it's available and it's in abundant supply, obviously we won't be experiencing this. These are the challenges we have first-hand experienced as we came here in Ashanti region. But of course, we await the verdict from the constituents.
All right. And even though we have been going on and on and on about how this seat is a safe seat for the NPP, it's also important to let our viewers know that there's an NDC candidate in the person of Kwejadai Dapa,
yes.
And we have extended invitation to him and the entire NDC executives in the Ashanti region and in the constituency, just to let our viewers know. We are here. We're open. If they come, we'll have a conversation, just as we invited the incumbent member of parliament and also the candidate for the area for the NPP. If he also comes, well, we'll be glad to have both of them, because the essence of constituency voters connect is to have the members in the constituency ask questions of these people who are seeking their vote come December 7. And so it's in the interest, really, of the two candidates, especially the leading ones, to come and make their case. And so just by way of information, now what we are going to be doing is to be engaging the residents and the constituents here in Bantama. We want to find out what is even going to inform their decision, because look, yes, we get it. This is a stronghold of the NPP. But we have also spoken to many NPP supporters who say they are disappointed. And so they are shifting their focus to represent or rally their support behind another party. Is that happening here also? Maybe not as a group, but individuals. We'll find out very shortly. And for those who want to vote for the NPP still, what is the reason behind it? Are they voting for the NPP just because they are NPP, and no matter what you do, they are NPP, they don't do anything about it? Or they actually have real things that they are, you know, looking for or basing their votes on? And so we're going to be getting into that now. We have our very first speaker. Constituency Hanawo.
Me pacho me wa brepo.
Enti afi we abato na ye beto no. Why na wo to ama no?
Hey, abato we na obusa de mento ma no yi. Na na do neba homia ho ana me kwatuma ba ma obi foforo. Eti me de me to ama ba homia na watoa na do nwuma pa obeye ye no so. Aha.
Enyuma party said ye he.
Enyuma party say free education. Sent ni sa me man ko school. Eti me pesa me mada ache. Asensi ye ya me gina mo me pesa me hunu ni say me ma be ko school na me ye nkokọ market nkete. E ma me da ache nka menem. Eti me pesa me ma ko school. Eti na do free education na wode ba ye no nko anti. Se wonye hwe kura wo ma yibu ma ye ne a. Free education nko anti me ye number 1 say na do. O ye number 1
do. Na se John Mahama ba ono nso so beto free education so.
Na John Dramani ni ono no. Wo beton ye port no a. Ye port wa waton 35 years no. Asensi a wo sorry a wo ye campaign so o man ni mo ye den. Obi kura kokofa ne ma ba. Wono nkasa no te ho ene ye de bo atoto so ena wono wasa twa ne ho da ne ho dua broni enti wono de ye hia ne kura se amamu enu kura nko bebe mu kura biem.
Okay, na o say John Dramani Mahama nam se o mani mu ayeden.
Me pa chon.
O mani mu nyeden.
Me pa chon mu nyeden, me de mu nyeden ma me.
Sir.
Me pa chon ai.
I see. Bibia ye okay ma.
Bibia de da fam pa.
Yo, yeah that's it. Yeah that's it. Me pa chon next person Imra.
Me de adwan pofo me te Bantama ya.
Yo, enti afi we abato no. Eko say.
Eko yie pa. Eko yie. Ba omia ene nana mo de say. Asenso boache om ne eto abana.
Ade na obeto ama ba omia.
Oh, om ne ma om ye nyina eye maye.
Enyoma ben.
Enyoma e free education akwan. Mahama so aye the whole Ghana akwan. Enso yesu omo ana last year se 4 years no musu se omo pa akwan no. Omusu anu akwose sasampete no de agusu amom esuota na nyina ahohoro. Ene akufu adone na omo aye akwan nyina mene. Uhun se omo aye ade.
Na omo se yesi kromu ayedin.
Kromu nyeden. Me de me hun se kromu nyeden maame. Me nko me de kromu nyeden maame.
Edwedie na udi no
ekoso pa. Bibia ekoso.
Kromu nyeden wo sika
Oh, me wo bibia kama. Me ho to me ankasa. Me ho nkyere me.
Yo, yeah that's it. Okay, Papa
Yeah.
Day.
Yes.
Papa Day, me de me amitimi wo se wo support NPP.
Sana wo hu no ho.
Eye no kre.
Eye no kre me support NPP.
Okay, then na wo support NPP.
One, I remember say the time ago na afi na be ware me yere. Na I was thinking say ekwan ankwala no ebetoa omu school so. It me ware oba no within 1 month and me think say NPP forcing omu the free education eba. Ti na me dwene ho a na ma me pressure kora o top. Because the person me mano echo school. And within a month no and a free education buy. Ampa me to turn near my school no. They are family bano. Free. No school fees, nothing. Second one so the same thing. Enti e ho me pressure no na day. Abada. So enti me to abama NDC. Simple because all my be rule about 25 years. Sana me ho no. Enti MPP there eno na meto Bantama no.
Na say free education free education no discover obotom.
Well, discover me bottom pa. Discover me bottom because my wife turn fish e wo Bantama jom. E na oni me a join e na ye ton. Enti no at the end of the month no, your profit no, ye hu say ye nya say. But you fan kotua school fees. So and na if I rent for house so God so good. Me my own house. And me save more. Na me be aye chop money. So me who sa Ghana den. I have stayed in Germany for 6 years. And I'm about Africa, Ghana. So but so the one to from one. Crowe ska wo msin krobia asomdwan so wom
enti saska no wo bi
let me check my bank account this year
Enti wo de ekro ni nye den ma.
Me den because one woman be
John Mahama say ekro na mu ayedin.
John Mama okasa me ne nya adwen. E kire say one woman be ne kwa sorry. O nkwada mako 4. Nkwada no nyina ko school. Enti last na me friend na me busa say e di adwuma na wo ye. O say oh, adwuma wo ye say oton pure water. Nam say how come say we timi di feed. O say pure water no e dey o timi tonya profit. E ma ne ba ko school sa di bi kura to. Na denti na o man ni mu ayeden. Na say won pebre. So who pia bontin kwa na so beton pure water. Look at how kaya yo for power. At the end of the day no, one crocodile 80 cedis, 90 cedis, 100 cedis. One power be where your line so. At the end of the day no, 100 cedis, especially weekend, 150 otiminya. Susu aye to be no power no or to be. You kasa Ghana idea, me no nya adwen.
Yo, yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Me pacho next person.
The ama many aji flood education when say me we school 97 e wo mankana so. Sa abla na division ti me papa nti me amfa man ko school. Sanka me ko school anka me ya wura ba pa so. Me papa nti me amfa man anko school ni bi ba te han me. Enti a che na me beti say na na do ye flood education no. Eya me fe pa say sa abla na ma wo so me biri mo ho ma me bai etimi akwa flood education ni bi. Na de ba akokura twa me nsunu mu kura wa me da me na me suane say John Mama be kan se ma mi etia wo se wo de be ko na kra adan mi ti asem wa mi su pa na mi
John Mama on kan sa o
me pa cho wa kan mama me pa cho wa kan kire se obi obo ha bia ya dance ye enti adan na mi ti ye no eya mi kra ya pa kire se bi ti se me ma wa ma me be nya 20 years 18 19 na me hwe anwumle se me baba ya pa ya gina ba bi bu ni mu a asem na nso nya me
Mama John Mahama kan sa
me nua me pa cha wo adansi o me sraw wa John Mahama kan be yima no me sraw me pa cha pa wa wati bibia wo de beka enti me sramo ensa dan say yankotodwe da fom wo to aba ne ma ba wumi ana wo to ma asenso bo ache wa wo to aba wa ha se no yun wo se wo to ama wa MP me to aba ha me to aba wa sabura no me MP ya friend say ayi achi wana me kwato aba am nti me sramo mo ma ye ni nkokwa nkiti achi o me hai dan sa me da aka so me nti fa nkokwa ne nkọ baabi enti me nua no me sramo mo me nto aba ne ma ba wumi awate me adwuma wo ye no mo me emle nwu o enya kasa de bebrebe ye kokro moti na me sramo ani diem
yo yeah that's it
mo ye ne nto aba ne ma no pa me
yo yeah that's it
me patro me the charity ne enti awie mani abra me gina ha ne se
kwai bema da chenza bema no da sibre kwai bema
So we've just been joined by the Member of Parliament for the Bantama Constituency, who is also the Minister for Roads and Highways. He is also the parliamentary candidate for the constituency. You're welcome. This is Voters Connect. Madam Pacho Twaso.
Me ya single parent am kuta nkora nan mema omu papa afrim na me bo to so me ensa no 2010 ana kwa Kumasi Anglican akra ni wura mu no metua 16 million eni 2010 metua 16 million ne prospectus ne mai enti na me dwene ho se bede no omu maka no o matimi akọ school no no kura wi bede university matimi ato ane so but in shranka nyame say ehwana nanado ba odi policy bi ba say free education tena me mpa bo nyina ne say nanado be ba no di free education ne be ba na me ma na timi akobi di otoso me ensa no okọ free education e wo be kwa SDA wa wie say so level 200 a wo be kwa 300 e wo kan no so asay di oto ne so say so no so awie o wi ni ba enti sanka ya dia metua o mu nyina 16 million 20 million 40 million na ka bede no mo timi ato aso ko university enti me die me mpa bonse nyankopon nya adom na December 7th no obi afa nko kromoti nko tima nanado ba omia ani asenso boache omna ye bom pese nyankopon nya adom na omu nsaimla no mo meto aso because ya wa ha say o man panyikofo baaye no or the free health insurance buy health insurance no the buy no tama mahama ene atamos baaye no omu ba omu so be the whole Ashanti region the pirates ya kwa hospital na etua sika ya ho kire ya papa enti sama fa we ya ntum hofo na samo sa koto aba mo mu san ba bie mu dia mo se free SHS no so obi abekọ ni free Ashanti region dia mo nka ho enti ya bom pa se na kokon ya
mama John Mahama on cancer no mu san meto aso maye John Mahama on cancer be cancel free SHS
tamo tamo se ba no mama omu ba no man ka se health insurance no mu betwa mu but omu ba ni ehu dia koye omu ba ehu dia koye
na se enti no ewom say o mani ko free education o ma enjoy na say enye free education nkoa na eye the deciding factor nti a obeto aba na
oh free education na chi no ye o ha say na COVID-19 baaye months dodo say na adwumafo etena afie enso na na do tue adwumani bi aka ya da light mu free ensuo ya bu ni free awa ha say
okay na mu constituency ha since 1996 NPP na mato abama no de na mu betimi di akere say NPP aban no omo ya de amamo
de ama metumi aka ne say tam konfa no chi heya se obi prakra na se de nkon ma na edin o man panyikufo baaye e no de emergency baaye ohun se ya kwan nyina ya kama ukọ nkurase a o de aduane fi o ba nya den se so ba Bantama aduane abu because of say ya kwan ye enti so dia me dia chi ama meto aba
no de enti na wo pese wo sa atoma mo
asanso boache wa bi papa adwumawura akwan ahodro papa ya amaye ye ni boni Nyankopon betua ye ka adwumawura wa bi papa adwumawura me pa chewo
yo
Make a sound quality. Oshim heya mame sensuo to na se adwadifu wa ha se no mo dwira okwan befa so mu bekofie ena kohwe bridge aye no ha ma wo mu wo ha na nsuo to kra se oyam hihye ubiem
yo
papa ne de wa bo adwuma nkasa
yo yeda say madam yeda say next person
Bantama John for Baomia Bantama John for Baomia Mede Monica Usubuedi in the NPP I will be any mama one me dear chiresa na ya na me to am sie ti die na menya nansia na me ka chire ewie school Asante man na me koy na me fa cham si teacher me pa cho say na me moa me ho e bi a chire no na nsem bi o say madam one person akro obi ka so beju bia one person ensure kra headmaster ne say mani yiri nton bi mayai no obi aka say obe school mo obe to nsio e ma ya jiniska me ba ya ko free okode da bia okwa ne keska enro ba na gari esa shan bag me si ade o si ade mo dani ho no mpa gari am busy to ahwe gari ne ba fie asa ba hunadi am say na dia abani no ma ye media free a wanya bia ba fie a wo be hunadi fatu ho de kom do pa no hunadi papa ye de ye se jo mama o ma ye policy mienu pe ana ye challenge no so family wo kasa wo se nkokon nkete discotheque
da bena jomama ka discotheque
what can the policies no what can discotheque 24-hour economy one chiramu nchira ye
enti o pay 24-hour economy
24-hour economy one chiramu a obi say hospital 24 hours omo ye adwuma edada ejom ha ye betima 24 hours ma mu betima 24 hours what do you mean? What are you talking about? See, I met 24 hours. Nebeda ni akuruma didi. Nebeda ni ahuya manage. 24 hours. Yen to me, enya se adwuma no
madam
papa on kwetire no nsamra
John Mahama o say enyoma we a waka nyina eyo ensusu economy ne nye
economy madam enti ye be ko ye chi biema na first na ne ye mimi ko school na sika de so wo mpa ne efra no 1 me refi 1 peso ne de ma mi ko school enne ye betimi akwa ama wa ma ba 1 cedi so mfa ko school de no mu ka cha emra ne ko nanim na sika ne ko nanim na brabo ko nanim na nyoma ko nanim ye nsa ye chi o yam plinsa ye chi da obi o pesa wa chi bia no wo so da kra na wo she school atade a ye so brabo asai ti si ye san ye chi si e kwa na edio how na ebra yen port no wo mu nko no sika no ma gia kogu baabi no wo mu nko tuama wo mu ne emie ma yen ye bia ni free a enioma bebu wo man mu na obi a ho aton Bantama don't for ba wo mia.
And you know, we've been joined by the Member of Parliament for Bantama Constituency, Honorable Alhassan. Mepacho, you're welcome to the Voters Connect. It's good to have you. So I've been talking to your constituents. They seem to be very, very happy with the work that you have done and what you have been doing for the constituents here. But just like I asked the last speaker, the NPP has been ruling this constituency since its formation, well, since 1996. What are the tangible things that you have to show?
What do you mean I say NPP has been ruling the constituency?
At the parliamentary level.
Okay, so this constituency has been voting for NPP.
Election. Okay, but it's an exactly. NPP stronghold.
Exactly, it is. It is because mami mo mohano. Omunim say NPP ba. Ena ye to ade. Ena me boana. Ena ye ho toyen. And as a MPP politics, I did ban. And when a boa sebi a here so what I say, my member, I can't national health insurance. It may be a chum, hospital, that's on good test car. Near drown. President Kufuor buy, MPP are buy, and a buy or child, cash and carry free or and a man, the national health insurance buy. President Kufuor buy and buy the free maternal care. So we are paying for this hospital so what? And so buy her free and I'm a boy. Or baby or be benefiting from free maternal care. You cry go school. Sometimes I'm quite a common duomo. President Kufuor they introduce you school feeding program. And then crack school. Almost me lunch do school. President is out. You shirt Nana Kufuor to buy. Obi eka free SHS. Free SHS no. Ebutai mienu ene techi. Die di kan no. Ye maame mo, ye nyina agi tum se efie bebre mu ye maame na hwe nkra ana meboa. Ene free SHS nti, ye maame obeka Monica. Mbodi. Wo se ne ho ato no. Okọ school, ye prospectus man no. Okasi ye be giniska. Headmaster ka che se e free. Say sika no, wo de be shot na dwuma ama na dwuma mu koso. Se sia me ka say free SHS by Afribia additional 100,000 students. Now abafo ni bia enu nti no mutimi ko school no. Afribia 100,000 additional students e ko school. Now what teacher on mine? Na say 100,000 kids entimi ko school and ko secondary school. No man na ko na buy. They toss me enu. Akra bia obetimi akọ school no akọ wie SS no se ko ba se won to aso kra na di biode nsabe so esan se wanya nimdie wotimi twiro wotimi kenkan ni ti no do ye bia obetimi de no ayeye enti se ye we nyina ma na NDC fo ba na ye hu di omo ye no ha so far ye busa NDC fo say since 92 omonka policy social program o ma yama Ghana for e assesa ya brabo a omontimi nkabi enu ntina Bantama for to Obama NPP because omo NPP na woso a enya so mfaso na sesia Dr. Baumia e kan say the ono so dey ba be boa mu amudi dwa no ene say ye be ye women empowerment fund for traders ama oba fund bia ye be yisika e dey ahyebu dwetre Okay. Anti MPP there. NPP there. Your policy be a bebe biano. Here for. Don't wanna be benefit. And I am crown a Dutch. Ghana a Dutch. And nothing a MPP.
Okay, but Mr. Senso, watch it.
Now, open so who's a best so. Yeah. Now, Busa. Within the past 8 years, you could afford to buy. Bantama, 3 police stations. NDC bar 8 years no. What mean ka ade ba ko NDC 8 years no me no Bantama. O ma nya bibia. Ye kwan na Akufo-Addo na ba ye kwan nyina e bai. Astrotef nko a ye wo 4 constituency. And then cry pon school. No me homework we are. Either so mo ekoba na so mo kwebo. One of ye ofa no go she bibi boni bi. Okono boni bo we are. Obefi akodware. We be our kind book na wada. So what I say. Na say nche bia na ye be library, state of the art library. And kwa no kwa and computer center. Kwa no kwa amkosua de come. So what I say. There are places where Bantama na schools ni ho, and as a result na kwani twa high street highway na mko school na Akufo-Addo buy me be MP yes bia ma omo no omo they are so happy sa nyoma we nyina NDC wo so a ye hu bi o constituency ha etino who's omo bosso omo president na Akufo-Addo Dr. Bawumia e wa ase say bi obi ka say obi nkum na kokko be de kwa so what I say you know, out of there, yeah, crado. Say last 4 years, in your 89%. A few say, Bantama 4 aye crado. Say about 95% over constituency.
Okay, yo, better say, hold on for me. Let me go back to your constituents.
Question me busa Mahama say a teacher for 12 fee, a child in fear me, no fear me and son. Na ya be my. Also betia bosume me and son. Scan away. And to the American says, Akufo-Addo, Amihere bunsuo, afimu, the whole nation. Ya so light, afimu. A teacher for 12 fee, afi, otu omuka, sikan one scan on Fankutia. Akufo-Addo can say, send you obefa manipa woodie, or this kind of share a manipa and economy dear, as say obetima nipa di wua, Wintimian. Mumusa Mahama say, Sir teacher for now, if you Ghana had no child, the infame and son. I will tell Cabo Sumi and Sansas can away. The other who cries will be had it to him say, so one Tiasia, you tell me you would. No, I could fee. Nay, she, Bosumi and San Albamu. A son second more yanti. Nipaquadia may friend assassin contract and said, the infame no, or Beshiegu, says can away. The toast to Akufo-Addo say, I by Mahama say, all fees not $4 cedis, 20 pesos. Satam. Now I took cocoa 420. Ne pencil next month bag 50 cedis. Some massy can no can no tough cement no 8 bars, mon fantasy 8 bars. And then now $6 and cost 17 cedis no. Kiani cocoa bag 3,100 no or 31 bucks. And two times say, oh man, more idea. I'll what them say.
Into your money, Munya de Mao.
The pastor me ba, a man Munya. Social education, o maka bebrebe na mpese mi kom. Yanya ya Ghana ha na adeso. Akola bi twai. Na otene ma mencha wiem na ototo kokko. Ena nya mencha de ye kopie ne so. Ye ma akola ko fi education. First class Oxford University. Akola otie adeso ana ma meto kokko Oxford University. Ne ma mi sky say. Dem li twa to kra na no achi ayi adanse akrofrom akra bi ase akola ga bi wanya aggregate 10 MP no ho na mo matters na ade oba Louis na satam no bi a sebe me kaso bi tie kurase a enne ka betwa Mahama ta mo betwa na obedu school ho no na udin ni ho na akobo na mane enne akola Louis ofi adanse akurase oba ho.
Yo, yeah, that's
it. So can so many more idea. I Akufo-Addo any Bawumia hye omde ba no ebeboa. Yes credit score because I me economy na de adon me de madwene e na chechire mo. Ye ka se ye ka ye nko.
Yo.
Moment to Abame Banadachi. Na ya nhwe ne betie na da asem obeka si kira kan wo wa waka sa wo hwe oni mu se sebe wadwene ofo no waka sa asem ma kire wo enti mama yem fa dwene ento aba no
Yezu emefa
me ba cho yante enti
bese Ghana ayedin pa ayedin fi so wo kwadwom na okoto je nne kura ise 5 cedi bi ni ho wow. Eti oto wa wote house Ghana yedi ubua Ghana yedi ena me kokora kwadwom yesi 5 cedi bi ni ho na yede na Ghana yedi Ghana yedi ayedi pa eti ya ne ye fra ma amasa wo mra no meji ye firi ko asum no de ya pere wo mu ka nokore Ghana yedi ijomu ka ye to de ye to ni ka me fa o po obaba tu amane na tu amane china na de chiazo ka ho enkoko market free education 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 mana agora free education mana agora free education me pabacho munya botre ema munye dede me pacho obi enya botre. On that score I want to engage the MP Mr. Sensubachi me pacho munye din kakra maye ye pacho sister no baye no osi koni mu ayedin and she's not the only one complaining say koni mu ayedin. Baby a obefe bia yesi koni mu ayedin Joma Hama si koni mu ayedin ufa baby a si koni mu ayedin koni emu ayedin ama o
mama men kasa kakra. You see abana ye koto no enye aba se kromu ayedin na se kromu nyedin se ekromu ayedin no Joma Hama obe president pen abro obe president no na we president na Ghana na ekromu ayedin pa na amanfo onya adwuma nye emre bi na Ghana fo ka se ye ni sika ewo ebotom na President Mahama ye ka se won ka bibi en kire Ghana fo what as more kan what's one on magician and what is sika be gonko fo botom. You see ye ne wo Africa ha no wo what to kwan wonu se de wi asisitie ye be to say Ghana and as Africa nyina no ye hiafo enti aban bia ba ye hyehyeye sene be yi ehu afiri ehianim enti na NPP de bia ye policies no policies a ebe ma ye ho an han ne yi ehu afiri ehianim edurumre bi se medical ka ho asem abra na health insurance eni ho no sata na Ghana edin sin ne ene e ko hospital na unguta ska ne enhwew na Ghana edin sin ne abra na free SHS eni ho no na Ghana edin sin ne and a free SHS buy no need to pay school fees. Says can all the two. Now your man Panyin Mahama na
say you be na ne ba echo secondary school. But
I will rippling effect. I will rippling effect. If even your wa unia and obu also ne bank secondary school and so hwen krofo me say answer the free SHS my no. Na krofo be brain e ba mo be school fees and then san krofo ne mabiem. So it is anyoma we say no na na yehwe
enti Ghana nyedin and I say Ghana yedin but enye to say Joma Hama press no
of course and Joma Hama press na Ghana din say and ne mreso kra no na yare bia ma wiase enkofo a ma wiase sikasem enkofom and na wutu kwan okwa America omo sikasem perform okwa Britain omo sikasem perform Britain omo announce recession because of COVID-19. And so no NPP aban e wosunti no yare e ba ye nyina chi no ya udum so wo Ghana ha mebo ana yare e ba ye nyina chi no national health insurance engui mebo a yare e ba ye nyina chi no free SHS no e da so ho mebo a se ka NDC for na wo so a nka sa ne o ma we nyina ka collapse Eti ano na ye hwe so ato aba. Enye so obi baro because Ghana yede. Ye musa sa bra no omote so no. Ede be no omo ye ya. Ebetimi amba Ghana tumpo. Omo anya bibia. So what I say?
Yo.
Omo time you introduce we be for unemployed graduates. Na go for nya adwuma nye.
Me pa show you, madam.
So you frame me gift ampoma. Men can be tintin bia. One abo. I ready shy of no free mobile. Every sir, washima man from Manyawa. Any pewu newu. Nanso kwanya wabaya mayanti. Ona bibia no amebeka. Mebeka se nyankopo on shaw. Ya funa free mobile ready shy sa ya funu no. I rather ma won kwaso. Ya ube ye bia kwaso ma won kwatente ya wodi wom. Every sir anyawa anka washim. I'm from Hasofia, Barakase, yet me better quam. Madame Quamubami and such as about 1 o'clock, and son of what do fear so far. Now, so won't see. I rather you are my band, my constituency. I rather not go for one slow.
Yeah, that's it.
What also so?
Yeah, that's it.
Me pa chow. Ye frame me ogremonage. Earlier, my mind about my market. NPP woman organizer. Now I'm talking. When I make my sermon, make a bravo, na masaka chi. Me pese, me busa, ya papa jo mama say. If you kwa me nkroma bre so be pemonde, na na do dan kwa kufu ado ye de ya papa ba omi eto aso no. Ghana eye mra dabe. Onka kire me. Ne bre so, ne ye wo fufu achicha mayen. Never. Me ka musi no. Me ka mon ka bravo. Nebra so ni amako school ni anchia school fees. Nebra so wanu dum kani am yekruma ankwan prache. Ukunu efra djuma ba no wabusa. Kani a ofie osida bi. No wabusa na danfo chale asafo kani a ho se ai. Okotra wa onkwa prache. Ni ewu yekruma ni wa moda. Na fe ni ha won se. Ghana nipa mebire beye e wa Ghana. It is Yenina, yes, will be any president. Akonano one day, wonder. I can't do the subium. Now, Fanny, how I say. Now, how I say. Yeah, cup policy, digitalashi. Digitana, Banawasa Miaka. Who's the Jane Asa? Jane Flinija. And a Percy and Swanto. Nasa o Ghana hana samusi samusika ya wasante monu obi se wakokra ne mo wa bijai wakokra ne mo wa abroche no akoto dala efa aban ho Nigeria aban yanti ha no hye mra se ni kurom yankra mo ma ho Ghana ka mo ka se kufu ado ase mo adwuma. What are you talking about? Okay and sign assembly said the here said Nyame ya adomo a 7th December ahomachi no onum no asole no wadwale wo ma no akosala okwa international ba o mi adekitaleshi one na one owura ye wo yi akwa be ma asenso be ma dudu obiribi number 1 baby a wo suru gina bia le be gina ho ya pasikati ambrasu bia ya tuaso abreki the 8 near the Wamana Quananim. Na yenya ya man kwam, yenya wamu kwam. Ose free education, no, nana why a desperate politician. Mekai, 80 million when you're desperate, near Manco Suku. Yadia free in your pay. Baby, I won't penado backo. Mammy, I didn't know why I did, but you drew 10 to the Kotobi no. Ya pacho,
yo, yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it.
Asa,
yeah, that's it.
Asa.
Choboy.
I feel Saka Chira, say I was short memory. Ya tijom ha any short memory. You be to idea yani kai sika. It's your long shot.
Me ba cho say ye ka bribia ya ton ni enya mfaso a eye NPP. Ena ye ka bribi nso a ukoto be fie a ummoka na wunya so mfaso a eye NPP. NPP ba ye won faso uton na wo won faso ebi ne de hene akwan de ye nim sa aban bia ba akwan wo be ye schools ye nim sa wo besi oba ye no don mama ba ye no akwan a wo ye no on picture bi no on fa metre nya de obi aye no okọ picture ye pe ono ane de ana school so we see ye no kofo ba ye o mampani kofo ba ye a wo kɔ no school so we see di ja ye nyina ye huni amanfo de a wokotwa be kire ye no ye huni ono ane de na nka se wokotwa be kire ye no ewei wanya bi ama me kire enu mfiri wo se wo ye pani na wo di fie so a efie no emu nipa no ewo so omunya mfaso wo wo pani ne so one ombenya afutuo kasade omushawo a ombenhu se unim de ombenya suehunu bi afiri wo ewo wo kasam two ekomodi wo mo ombenya aduane adi nanado ba asuei COVID-19 ba ye kan ye gudam so ekom anwe yen eno achi no nso so no ye man kasa education ansei ni nyina wahye ama ye ma wo ma wase omukọ omuwie basic wo so omukọ omutoaso omakọ atoaso enti se wo banya free SHS no okọ na se wunya adwuma bi kakra bi na wo ye a wo ba no wodidi free woda light mu free wo yusu nsuo free edu anyimra obekọ akosua de obekọ prep teacher ni bekọ akọhwa ne so unkọfa teacher wa abonten na bosome wa bebele wo ni nyina ya ma free enti sa panyini we se di fie so a enti esai ensai wo nyamfaso enti nanado amemu na obebu ye no ye ntimamufo na nkasa no ye nya benefit ye nyamfaso ewo so mi gina he menya bi me ba nya bi esan se omampani kofo be ya ade bi se me yare a me ko hospital enye cash and carry me kakra ne abeje me kra na free me menya benefits enti me ba no nsusu nkwa school ensusu nkwa nyamfaso bi me ba nsusu anya bi me nana nsusu ba me nana nsu benya bi
yo yeah that's it
adenti na wo wanya bi na wo benya bi na wo ma wo nana emenya bi
yo yeah that's it
yeah that's it ba dia ene number 1 esro ho
nanado bai no anya hwe but me nim de ne ma de amasua kakla ene madwen kira na me pese me kire ma Ghana fo ye nyina ye te ase 2009 2010 yen hwa de bi na me SS me secondary school no na me wo fire driver ni me kosua mate di me kodi mate na me sua driving it be a driver ni me license da ho petrol 2009 2010 say yebeka ya yenhwe petrol kwa na yenya bi nto ye kodi line no kwa bia 3 days 4 days na petrol nya dey emai eno nkwada ho gas etimi short to be 3 months na yenya gas nya dey ento but ene mama yenhwe say ennei NPP abla so 8 years ene NDC John Mahama abla so 8 years no yen fan compare Sana wujina kwa ho anado 12 o'clock anado 1 kra na obetimi ayedai akoto petrol and na woda wo dem na watua wo lad baby bia wo fon so se mebo amom yen check first na etimi ko di lie and na kwakwa lie bet and na sade no wutimi nyadai enko ye digital so what ase bet and Mahama ka se Ghana for e wa refie no short memory no aka me ya yen sade wo kan ye no kula kire se omutimi kan ama ye refi de nanado ye dey eye no 1 year hwe kula no de kai say woda wo dem na wo to lad bill woda wo dem na wo tia school fees bibia wo fon so petrol utimi ye de ekoto petrol ba bia wo bia free so what you say en short
to petrol free
me pese me che say en short wo betua ka de but unya bi to first na ho de so betimi aye de wo kita osika kula na wo to no na ho den
yo
because minim the America me did lie at petrol da and 4 days 5 days na me nya bi toy
yo
ye nim wa ye mo bi to
yeah that's it yeah da mu nyina say me pa cho ma me bra back to your MP no na me bisa no about the state of roads generally wo Kumasi ha say any the nation as a whole. I'm sure say you have seen and heard many people say that the NPP people are disappointed because in the Ashanti region, which is your bank, you haven't treated them well. There are many projects that have been stalled. You are now the roads minister. How do you respond to that?
And then the crash you buy Asante for air complain say yenye rules. And then the crash. Ghana ha. Pacho mo temi. 8 years na Mahama, President Mahama, and the President Mills about Bemuno. A quine aquantimpon omo ye in Ghana ha. Na 4,636 kilometers. Just say empem 9 a high sia the essentia kilometers and omo ye for 8 years. Na Kufuor the Dr. Baumia Bayi. This year the yen kind Ekopim last year 7 years. Now you yet 12,830 kilometers. So this year the other Kahua, you become over 14,000 kilometers. As at last year, now Ashanti region out of that 12,000, now you over 2,000 kilometers. A bempie ni wa abagana ha. Aya kwan ewa Asante ha esen na Kufuor do aban.
Okay.
Bantama constituency ha. Yenya yeso ni ye de pa. Enhihye bia kyerese nyame adom na se etoa so a de aka nyina na ye bewie. Asante rose nyina de aka ewom nyina ye bewie. Enti enye no kreda enyo Adia na Kufuor do aban aye wo akwane akwantimpon no meka sisudua say aban bia wo since independence what me ayesa wo aha na ye ne yanka sese bia so ye kwan bia wa santimemu wa but ye beto ye no ye amana broso emprenan.
Okay,
enti no se wo pa aban a dachi ebeye kwan bia ye nyanya ye a na de aban NPP aban NPP aban.
Yo, yeah, that's it. We'll be wrapping up very shortly, but these are your people. I want you to speak to them before we wrap up the conversation.
Me mama mo ho. Ego. Somebody amunim say, "Yen NPP aban de. Ye ba aban mu a. Yen hihye bia kire say, ye dwene ye maame mo ho. Enti na ye kofa health insurance buy. Enti na ye kofa school feeding program buy. Enti na ye kofa free maternal care e buy. Eni nyina NPP aban de o. Abra ye free so no 8 years no ye hu sa hihye bi sa wo Ghana ha. Capitation omri buy so na ke be good health insurance wa. And as I say, Nana Kufuor do ekofa free SHS aba. Ye nyina nim so mfaso. Ene ne dachi na free SHS yi ebedi 20 years no ebe sisa Ghana hyebre kra. Say enkra mu secondary school obia aban ma obia computer baako. Enti ube wie secondary school no. Now we need to use computer. Dr. Baumia say what the digitalization ba. And no. Who could a computer now? What the Ghana cry? Na broni bia mabajuma ye wa broche. Na we computer no internet o yes obi ko adwuma no na o tifie na wo ye. Bosome na o sika begu account. India okwa adwuma kese ba ko e wo hono no. Eno na Dr. Baumia de ba. And we have created 1 million jobs. Am I a memory or more constituency? And Ghana Henina. And to Mr. Ramo, when you know, acquire ye, constituency. Astroturf, police station, schools, hospital, so see, I make a say another program, Air Course Ghana, Agenda 111. You see, hospitals 101. But some hospitals, by next year, no, na ye wie dodo na. Your nurse for, your doctor for, any cleaners are, a hospital, and you 70,000 employees and a ebe for Ghana. And you know, the beer just say NPP are buying yenam kwa papa so. So everything shows that we are on the right path to prosperity and development. Every policy program that we have established, we have implemented in this country is to support the poor, is to build a solid foundation for the development of our country. Free SHS is one of them. National health insurance is one of them. One district, one factory. So see, I make us say, yes, 60 factories be brave. Ghana ha. Baby walk around now. Yeah, no buying now. You cannot buy now. You the factory whole straight. Meaning, maybe in an aircraft could be a factory bureau, central region. Processing fruit. Ankane, mango, gava. You stay near the coho. Then they process it. Now you told you now you be called tree. Sa factory no any part for honya some kitwa. And you know every single policy that NPP initiates is supposed to build a solid foundation for the future of our country. We don't see that when NDC is in office. In fact, Obi Wahabet Miaka NDC, a particular program in the last 20 years that NDC has implemented in this country. Mubes Miad Musa Pointy, Bibia NDC are implementing in this country. Obi Etiminka. Obi Etiminka. Etimis Ramo. The Amoka said they are Mordecai NDC for in the last 20 years. Eye dum so. Eti when you know say abaya betui. Eye ne dachi and a yet. Say Obi ba unu ukunu ti ho. Na ukunu une ne tuo koba every day. Na obi aba ebe dwana nu say ja ukunu na me ba me metoka amount me say amount me one bakro no ne riba kwa no ne tin wan bi anya we nyina ama no etu ube ja ukunu no akwa wari say bakro no ebi eti promises the nyina betumi promises ni bi but ya ma the mandate and the chance to govern the obeye no and ebedi hu adanse and ya che say we will be as to Abama and as Abama.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Mumbon Semamo MP. Okay. Yeah, that's it. We are going to wrap up the show. We are actually done, but I have a question for you, and this is I want you to answer this one in English. We used the Pokwase Amasaman road. The inconvenience on that road is too much. It causes delay. You can spend about 2 hours on that stretch alone. What is happening with that road? When are you going to complete it?
Well, you all know that during road construction, it causes a lot of inconvenience. Because if you want to build a good road, you have to go through a process. In some cases, you can't even use it at all. But on the Ofanko, you are talking about Ofanko in Serwaa road.
Yes, Ofanko is about. Okay, yes, that stretch.
That road, even when they started, months ago, it was in a rather bad shape. But as a result of engagement and even talking to the drivers to obey traffic rules, it's in a much better condition now, and the contractor has advanced in terms of the progress we are expecting. In the next couple of months, we will have achieved a greater percentage of the construction, and all these inconveniences will reduce. Road construction is not something that we should worry too much about in terms of the inconvenience, but we have engaged with the contractors. In fact, in some cases, it's because of the drivers. Sometimes they don't obey traffic rules. As we speak, there is a major rehabilitation work going on the Accra-Kumasi road. Sometimes, because the drivers don't obey traffic rules, traffic regulations, then it causes unnecessary congestion. Sometimes people can stay in the traffic for about 2 hours. It's not the fault of the contractors. It's really the road users. This is not something that you blame government on.
Okay.
Yes. But I just want to assure it's in Accra, but a lot of people go to Accra to do business and come here. I want to take this opportunity to assure all road users and all Ghanaians that government is working very hard through the various contractors to complete all the road projects that we have started in this country. And Ghanaians will bear me out. Those that we have completed, Ghanaians have started reaping the benefits. God willing, on Tuesday, we are going to commission another major project in Accra. It's called the Flower Pot Interchange, which will bring considerable relief to many people living in that corridor, that part of Accra. And very soon, you use that road, you will experience it. And when you experience it, you have to go back to the people and tell them that the NPP has done a good job.
Thank you very much. The Minister for Roads and Highways and also the Member of Parliament for the Bantama constituency. Thank you for watching this week's episode or edition of Voters Connect. We'll see you again next week. I am Serwaa Amihere.